What's up guys, it's Path, and this is the tutorial on how to make synthwave funk. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna start with the different patterns. The cowbell, pretty simple. Made it go from G sharp to A, added a few extra notes, F and B, F sharp and B. Then after 8 bars, I pitched it up. Gives it a nice variety throughout the arrangement of the beat. Next thing, I had added a synth lead and a bass instead of using the eerie funk sample that you usually hear in funk beats. And then the lead I pitched up after 8 bars so it could go well with the cowbell. That gives it a nice effect that not many funk beats have, which is what makes this beat special and makes you stand out. Another thing, vocals. A lot of people use the 2-bar vocal loop and make it repeat over 40 bars, for like 40 seconds without changing up the beat or anything like that, which is very repetitive and it could get annoying. Something I do with samples that Nick Muir does is I'll duplicate them, pen one side around 70% to the left and the other side around 70% to the right. And I also pitch the right side down 12 semitones and up 12 semitones. If you're wearing headphones, you could really tell the difference. When you do this, instead of just having like this sound over here, it sounds a bit corny, but when you add the original part to it, it gives it a nice texture. And on top of that, a lot of people, they use samples like, like this. That's in a lot of funk songs, so you don't want to be using samples like that. I'll talk about the ghost beat now. I use a complex scratch. Next up, the drums. Now, with the 808, I made it match the lead, so the bass finishes crash. And all these different patterns just makes the beat special. Something like the 808, especially when you're making a simple beat like this. The 808 patterns, treating it like any other instrument, makes it sound a lot more special and different than many other beats. If you want to see the hi-hat, I put it down notes like B, F sharp, so it gives it a nice effect. It doesn't sound plain. And I pushed, if you're on Mac, push Option R, pan it a bit, change the velocity a bit, put it on bipolar. It gives it a more human feel. Now, time for the arrangement. In the beginning, I put the tempo on 140, and then made it go to 180. Now, for the ghost beat, I make it come in certain parts so it gives it a nice effect. Now, if you listen to that without it, now it sounds good, but I have that transition without the ghost beat in a few different parts. So adding that over here makes it sound way better. Something I like to do in a few beats, if you go on the master channel, use fully parametric EQ, and then you add a special effect like this. Something simple like that just gives it a nice effect, and adding that something like that throughout the beat every now and then, more variety, people will love it. It just sounds better. But I don't want to do too much with this beat, so I'm gonna just leave it the way it is. Now adding the 60%, another tip. When you add ghost beats, don't create an automation clip like this. Do it over here, because it's way easier to turn it on and off. You could put the automation at 60%, which gives it, you only hear the actual automation a little bit, which could also give it a nice effect depending on which type of ghost beat effect you're using. Then over here for practically the second half of the beat, I slowed the tempo down to 140, so it'll give it a nice effect. Once you add stuff like that to your beat, it'll sound like more like this. Now, next video I will be posting is about this trap beat right here. Now, if you want to see this, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified as soon as I post it.